Time is worth way more than money, and I understand the temptation that we all face. I, as a young person myself, to get a job, working it for 5 to 10 years, and climb up the social ladder or the literal corporate ladder, whether it's becoming senior manager, vice assistant, or whatnot. But when people say time is money, I struggle with that phrase a lot. Not because I do not understand that sometimes you need to exchange your time to receive income, which I understand because it's a stable amount of money to fund your lifestyle, which is a whole nother topic, by the way, because the lifestyle you think you might want might just be an extravagant lifestyle you've seen other influencers or social media personalities have, which is not exactly what you need for happiness. However, going back to the main point, time is not worth money. I seen a video about an old billionaire talking about, don't know his name. He would he would give up everything to be 18, 17 again. All his money, all his investment, this great man he's become, he would give up in a second just to be young again. And I feel like it might be because I have this quote that I came up with. Nothing's new under the sun, so it might be already been used. It says, do not let the obsession over the destination overcome the experience of the journey. And I believe that's very important because sometimes you're thinking, oh, I want to get, let's say, $1 million, £1 million. You forget that the journey to £1 million is a mountain which has its various twists and turns. And these are the side quests in life we're meant to enjoy. But I feel like due to social media and the nature of competing to be looked at as someone with social status because of money, fame, and wealth, One Piece reference, don't blame me, I'm an anime nerd. But all these little things, you see someone do something, you think, oh, I need to get that car, I need to get the house. And I don't believe it's healthy. Obviously, healthy competition is necessary. I find it important for me to feel the need to grow sometimes because a lot of the times internal competition is hard to always have. But when you have a clear rival or someone who inspires you to do better, that's great. But when you start competing with people who are years, decades ahead of you, if you're 15, 16, as much as I encourage and I feel like it's good to be in the workforce at least once in your life, I believe we might have become too complacent. I might have become too complacent because I'm talking to myself as well. What's the end goal of having a job and getting money? To buy a house, to pay your bills, to buy cars, to buy the latest iPhone. God knows how many more iPhones are coming out. All these things that we think we need, when realistically we used to live without them. Not we, but our ancestors. They didn't have these pockets of entertainment, is what I'll call them. This phone, YouTube's even better. TikTok is more, I need to grab your attention in 3 seconds or 2 seconds, because I post on TikTok. Hey, I need to grab your attention in 2 seconds, or else you're gone. You're scrolling. So you could be there for hours, yeah, going through different emotions, anger. You see a video about breakup. You see a video about being funny. You see a video about the latest thing happening in America or the UK, and all these things distract you. I've seen in my life have distracted me from my main purpose, my main goals. I focus so much sometimes on what's going on the outside when I forget what's going on within. And this topic really touches my soul, and I felt inspired to post. And when I mean inspired, I mean I felt a strong passion to talk about this because I believe people need to hear it, because my younger self definitely needed to hear how do not sacrifice your time for money to a certain extent. Work your job. I'm not discouraging saying don't go to university, don't go to school. School is essential to gain critical thinking skills. However, beyond that, you have to start asking yourself, what path do I want to take in life? Am I ready to set my path in stone? Or do I want to explore and see the world? Because the world is much bigger than we think it is. It's bigger than social media apps, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, everything happening in 500,000 miles away. What's going on in your room? That's a question I feel like we all need to ask ourselves. And I'm learning even by speaking about this myself. And I find it so interesting how sometimes, a lot of times, we get so caught up in the news, we forget about our life. What news do you have about your life? You should have something going on, in the sense of you don't always have to be productive. Rest is essential. However, for you to enjoy your life to its fullest, You need to go outside. You need to interact with people in person. Social media is great, but it also has its cons. Increases of social media definitely will not have a long-term positive effect, in my opinion. You could say I'm wrong. That's your right as well. But from what I've seen and how I've started to reduce my social media usage, I've realized I've started playing with a basketball. I'm learning basketball now. I'm trying to get back into drawing. My room is neater. Like, I feel more neutral and at peace with myself and my surroundings. I'm not reacting like, oh my days, that's crazy. Like, take a step back, relax, and then you can see things with a clear lens. Social media can dilute what you think and feel and see. Once again, back to the main roots of this whole video. Time is not money. Time is infinitely more important than money. So be careful in who, what, and how you invest your time. Thank you. Zezi out.